Hey, everybody.
Hee-dee-hee!
Welcome to the StabCast. We're here for a very special spooky Sunday.
30 years in the making.
We're here for Scream 7. This is a spoiler review. So if you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie first.
Oh, this is not property of the movie theater or anything. This is actually mine. Doug bought it for me. But this we actually did get at the movie theater because unfortunately there was so many of you that went to see this movie, which I'm glad. I'm glad Scream's finally getting its due, but y'all couldn't left me a popcorn cup, guys. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
You could have left me a popcorn cup. Just saying.
They could have.
Just saying.
But they
now I got him. I mean, you're cute. He's
not cute enough.
Exactly.
I like the one with him coming out the door. But I think that this is the... I mean, our original name was the Scaredy Cats, and then we became the Stab, because that's a stupid fucking name. So I'm glad we changed that anyway. But we've been the StabCast for years now, and that's an homage to the Stab movies and Scream and all that stuff.
Yes, it is.
And ever since I was a kid,
here.
This might not be the first horror movie I've ever seen, but it's the first one I fucking remember.
I'm trying to think. What was the one that I was? It was Urban Legend that you
I don't know.
That you were behind the chair.
Your memory's better than mine.
Because I can't remember what exact one got you into. I think it was Urban Legend. I'm pretty sure it was either Urban Legend or I Know What You Did Last Summer. It wasn't Scream.
You might be right. But the only one I remember from back in the day that I got into first was Scream.
Yeah.
I remember being a huge fan from the beginning and you were, and I know you were already into it by the time I had recollect that, because my earliest memories of Scream is you like, I can do every line in the movie, and you still can. And to
this day, almost every single movie. It's kind of sad, honestly. I'm kind of ashamed of myself, but like I've told people, part of the reason is I was preparing myself for life. I thought that there was probably going to be a scene for scene remake at one point, and I wanted to be the replaceable Sid.
You wanted to be a Broadway star.
I wanted to be Sid. Well, that came after.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of in the middle of it, but yeah.
Yeah. This movie and this series means dearly to us, and it's one of the reasons we have the podcast. It's the reason we started. Both of our love for horror kind of comes from Scream. And I know there's other shit with you too, but it's still Scream has always been the shit.
Ghostface and the Candyman.
Yeah.
They are what made me love horror.
But when I was a kid, I don't remember you fucking yapping for hours and hours and hours about Candyman. You would talk my fucking ear off about Ghostface and Scream and all that shit.
Because you liked it, though. I mean, it was fun. I finally had a sibling that liked what I liked.
Yeah. Exactly.
Instead of Doug, who hated it.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you, watch wrestling.
Basically.
But so this series means a lot to us. And every installment, we've had different opinions. And we've gotten to have this show for at least 3 of them now. This later 3 of the 2020s, we've gotten to have this show and talk about each one. And that's
because we've had this show since 2022.
Yeah.
And that was when the first one came out. Because the first one, technically, we didn't do a YouTube for. Yeah. The 5th one or whatever. That was when we had the Scaredy Cats on Blog Talk. But I mean, the 6th one we did on here, I think.
Yeah. It's a series that has always been dear to our hearts. As far as I can go to the theaters and see a horror movie, I've been going to Scream movies.
And you guys always see me. I'm always wearing the merch. Yeah. I'm always repping Ghostface.
Like, and I know, like you said, you with the Candyman, and I love my Jason as well and Friday the 13th. But Scream has always been my number 1 series.
Yeah.
And so now we get to see a new installment. And here's the twist. The last 2 that you've been into that you love with Jenna Ortega and the other chick, they're gone now. And they're out of here. And so is Radio Silence. They're done. And we're getting Kevin Williamson directing. And didn't he write it too?
He co-wrote it. He wrote it with Guy Busick, the guy that also wrote Final Destination.
Yes.
They wrote it together, I believe. I don't know. We were on the floor picking up popcorn. I will have to give them this.
You.
I will have
You're
to
give that right away.
This movie its props. If you can scare us enough, because I am going to contribute to this because I spilled my shit too.
Yeah, it wasn't as bad though.
If you were going to make us freak out and like drop our shit to the point where we have to like clean it up after we're done and everything.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job.
Good job.
That's a good job that you did, because it's really hard to scare either one of us.
Well, a lot of the jump scares did get me in and I think this is some of the best jump scares in the series, and we're going to get right the spoilers right away. So here we go. I think we both would say we recommend it right off rip for the people that were just looking for that. I would recommend it.
If you were just looking for jump scares, yes.
No, as a Scream movie, it's not Scream 3. Get the fuck out of here. I would recommend this movie to watch.
It's not Scream 3 and it's not Scream 6, but it's like,
all right, well, we'll get into that.
We'll get into it.
But so Mindy would maybe not recommend it, but I definitely would. And here we go for the spoilers. This movie was fucking it was Sydney's finale, but it did not feel like a finale at all. It's around her and her daughter. Who's her daughter's name again?
Tatum.
And a long reference to her former best friend that got stuck in a doggy door.
R.I.P. Tatum. If you didn't have those tits and that ass, you may have made it through.
And by the way, infamous for the hard nipples in the scene. It's good for her. But and that's the daughter keeps asking her about it, like, who's Tatum? Who's Tatum? Who's Tatum? And
she like gets told that Tatum was a victim, and just like, the hell? Like, this is how I get to find out who I'm named after?
First of all, to say into Williamson's directing, I think the cinematography on this is fantastic.
He did a great job.
I think it's beautifully shot. I feel it looks as good, if not better, than several Scream movies of the past. Even a couple of Wes Craven shots. I think this was shot even better. And that's saying something. But I think Wes's movies were better. 1 and 2 are still better than this.
They made a better him and Wes made a better team than him and Nev. Sorry, I love you, Nev. Please don't get mad at me.
She's gonna be.
It would break my heart in two. I would cry like a baby. Please don't be mad at me.
But
I mean,
I'm happy that Nev Campbell got her Hollywood story and that she got to get paid off this motherfucker, because she got pissed off. And then they lost their leads, and they're like, please. And she's like, you're going to pay me. You're going to pay. And I heard a reported $7 million. I don't want to be throwing numbers out there.
I'm pretty sure it was between like 5 and 7.
But that's fucking awesome and good for her. And because she felt that, and understandably, they probably, with their budget and stuff, you have other stars. And especially if they were to bring Ortega back for this, and if they paid everybody what they had to pay him, the budget would be fucking $200 million. It'd be a superhero movie budget for a Scream movie. Mm-hmm. And you can't do that. So I do appreciate Nev Campbell getting paid, and she added a lot to this movie, and she really is the heart of the franchise. So having her to this, I did like.
Yeah, and you could really tell that she had a voice in the movie, that she like helped make it and whatnot. You could tell,
yes,
that she was definitely heavily involved with the process.
Yes, that's a big pro for me. Is her relationship with her daughter, because it doesn't feel forced. It is a little bit kind of stupid to think not stupid, maybe a bit lazy to be like, okay, she's overprotective, understandably, because she's been chased her whole life, but now her daughter is unable to do anything. It relies on that a bit much, and it's kind of easy.
They kind of like took the opposite of what they did in Halloween with making Laurie a badass, overprotective mother, and they kind of like completely diluted it down, cut it in half, and then put it in this movie as a completely different thing.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't appreciate it for what it was. I mean, I do like it when they protect the kids and everything, but she wasn't really a kid.
It just makes Sydney look a bit dumb, because
I mean, who's not going to arm their teenager? Come on.
And the Sydney of the past, it makes me think if she did have a kid, she wouldn't be that overprotective. Like old Sydney in the old movies make me think when she's a mom, she's going to be teaching them how to shoot a gun, especially with Joel McHale being this fucking police chief dad.
Like Wes was more of like, I would see like of Sydney's kid, like when he like carried around like the taser and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like I can see that being more of like Sydney teaching her children, not
100%.
trying to keep them out of harm's way to the point where she just ignores everything. Like, that's not Sidney Prescott.
No, I don't. And it just felt a bit lazy to go that route of, hey, I'm overprotective and I'm just going to make sure she's safe.
Yeah.
And never really realizing, well, they're going to come after her someday. And when they do, she's going to be fucked. And that was kind of the point of the movie. And it just felt
But it was sloppy.
For the great writing that Kevin Williamson's known for, that feels like a weird why for the movie. It feels like he would have more of a complex why and not such an easy one.
And also for somebody that's supposed to be such a fighter, it's like, why for her too? Like, why wouldn't you want your child to be prepared?
Yeah, exactly. And I get it because you can do that character arc of it was always in her and all that shit. It just seems a little, I don't want to keep saying easy, but it does. Listen, this movie did not commit my 3 sins that I didn't want it to commit. Because I said there's 3 predictable fucking things that they could go with this, that if they do it, they're stupid.
Yeah, that is true. They did rise above our predictableness.
They didn't kill Sidney. They didn't make Sidney the killer, and they didn't make it a cult of killers. Because those were the 3 things that I thought are the easiest fucking things to do. Because they're fan theorized on the internet everywhere. We've been thinking about them since like fucking I was in middle school. So those are the 3 things that are, let's not do that. Let's try to think outside the box. And I do believe they did to an extent, but this was the first one to where, and I'm going to say it right off bat since this is a spoiler review, without even saying who the killer is. This was the first one where the killer's not really linked directly to her.
Thank you.
It's just because of her. It's not like, oh, I'm your fucking granddad's cousin and you pissed me off. Like, it's always like some shit with her. Like, oh, you fucking cut me off in traffic one day. Like, there's always a huge beef. Like with Billy Loomis's mother, or even...
She did have a beef with her though. Her beef was that she wrote a self-help book.
What I will say though, the closest one that had no interaction with her was Mickey.
Yes.
He was just a weirdo.
And he disappeared for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mickey Altieri and then that black dude that was her cameraman throughout that movie. Joel, they are the epiphanies of Scream movies. They have both successfully made it through Scream movies without being seen.
Well, one of the killers in this one fucking does that. Pretty tremendously. You see, he gets one scene. And even though it's a scene to where like, oh yeah, he's involved. you think that right away. And then you see it, it's like, oh, I forgot about it. But yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about Psych Ward guy, right?
Yeah, the guy from the Psych Ward who's like half bald and has one of those weird haircuts. And even though we know
oddly looks like Dutchie.
Yeah, a little bit like Dutchie. But he was like he seemed like he knew some shit while Cindy and Gail were at the mental asylum trying to find what was going on. It seemed like he knew what was going on. And then finding out he's the killer, it's like, oh, he gets one scene where he's kind of a red herring and then it's him. And it's like that is like, at least Mickey was in the movie.
He's like the mastermind too. Yeah. Like he was the mastermind behind all of it. So that was kind of crazy. And I'm sorry, Matthew Lillard definitely acted more like he was in a Scooby-Doo film than a Scream movie. Just saying.
I think it's one of his worst performances to date. And I love Matthew Lillard. I can say, like, when Tarantino said that he's one of the fucking actors he doesn't care for, I was like, fuck him. And now it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying a little bit. Now, I love Matthew Lillard, and he's done some iconic performances. But this was way over the top,
Dead
way
on Campus,
shitty.
The Curve.
I feel like they were trying to get him to do campy Matthew Lillard. And that's fine. And Sid and shit like that. And like, I always had a thing for you and stuff like that's okay. But he was going way too over the top.
And I think it's because he was phoning it in, though.
Honestly. It felt like he was phoning it in.
Well, he was basically. They were calling him. He basically was phoning it in. He wasn't actually on set.
He was on set. Oh, he wasn't?
Not really. I mean, he was there to be told where to go. But he wasn't like in the same room with them. He
was in the movie too much to actually, because he was kind of like a main character in the movie.
Yeah.
Even with the deep fake shit. Mm-hmm. And it just didn't work. And I thought, like, leave this AI shit. And everyone wants to make a modern script like around today and fucking, let's have everybody have a podcast and fucking do AI. And they're fucking driving a Tesla. And it's all like, Who gives a
We get
fuck?
that too, don't we? Yes, we do.
We go to movies to escape reality. I don't want to see the shitty ass reality I have to see when I go outside after this pod. Like, I'm doing the podcast. Like, we're what they're making fun of, and they're not doing it successfully, and it's not funny. And by the way, the trailer for Scary Movie looks fucking amazing. The new one. That's going to be
Apparently
fun.
that like broke the internet at like 8:00 at night. Kevin texted my phone while we were in the theater and said the Scary Movie trailer just dropped because like a lot of people went crazy.
Yeah, my buddies were texting me about that too.
But our real buddy wasn't in the trailer. He better be in the movie.
He was in the trailer.
He was? I didn't see him.
Lachlan Monroe was in the trailer.
I did not see him.
He was a cop. He's a cop now.
He's a cop now?
Yeah, he's a cop. He was in the cop uniform.
Damn, Lachlan.
So I just love that both guys, both roles that he told me he was going to do at that comic convention.
He really gave us.
He was a man of his fucking word.
He really gave us a couple of
because they both weren't announced, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be in Peacemaker, and yeah, I'm going to be in." And I even ran it through AI and Google, and it's like that is not reported.
Basically like, shush, like, do not say a word.
And Google said it wasn't going to happen, but it fucking happened. And he is in the Scary Movie, and he was in Peacemaker, and he told the truth. So God bless you, you beautiful bastard. Even though the rest of the cast showed up too, and that's pretty cool. And Terrifier's in it, which is even more fun. So
I don't think they got the real guy from Terrifier.
That looked like art, dude.
It really did look like David.
It looked like
David. It did look like David. It really did. But hopefully it wasn't.
So what did we think of the return of Chad and Mindy? Basically an alternate universe version of us. If I was jacked.
If you were jacked and I was still into being a reporter, that would definitely be the two of us.
Yeah.
Like, this is it. Dude, you said you're wrong. You said your name wrong. You suck at this. I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Like, that's just honestly the way that we talk to each other.
The Mindy character is literally you in the like. That's why it's funny. That's her name too, because that is like your whole basis of being a screen
like
fan.
3 times to say the rules, and Chad's like, "No, Mindy, we talked about this.
We were going to do the rules this time."
And like she got ready to do it again, and he's like, "Mindy," and then like the third time, she's like, "Nope, I can't. I'm doing it.
Yeah,
done."
And I love the nerdy kid whose mom is friends with Sydney, who we'll get into a little bit later.
Oh, the creepy boy.
Yeah, and they kept
boy.
And she kept saying, "My money's on him. He's going to be the killer." And he's like, "I'm too obvious."
She needs to stop being so mean.
That one cracked me up. He's like, and what he say? He's like, "All right, I'm starting to get fucking pissed off with this creepy shit."
Everybody was picking on him and stuff, and he's like, I'm really getting sick and tired of being this creepy boy shit. Okay, yeah, I didn't do anything to anybody,
and he proved that he didn't do it. By the way, the best kill in the fucking movie.
My favorite.
It is, and this is when I spill my popcorn all over the theater, all over the AMC, which I apologize.
So worth it.
But,
hey, we cleaned up after ourselves.
And I gotta find his girlfriend.
And if it wasn't for this scare, Daniel, we in the popcorn, we would have never seen Chad and Mindy report on events, because that was hilarious. They had the two of them like kind of take over for Gail real quick at the end, and that was hysterical. That was really funny.
You love that?
Absolutely. It was just like, hold it up, Chad. And he's like, I can't feel my arm.
When the killer's going after Chloe, one of her friends, and in that bar where they're all hiding out.
Yes, Chloe. It's the pizza place that Chloe's family owns.
Yes, and she's making the pizza and she burns it. And the killer's going after her, and she has a damn good chase scene with him and running it away and stuff. But she runs into the creepy boy who's her boyfriend. And well, they're vibing at least. And she tells him not to like go in the back room, and he's like, "Oh, I got this." He gets stabbed. He gets fucked up, and then he falls. And then for some reason, Ghostface is like kind of like lurking about, chasing her, and she's hiding away. And I get relaxed, And then that's when my hand is slowly off the popcorn. And I'm just kind of having it on my knee, just vibing out. And I'm looking at the screen and I'm really relaxed and I'm enjoying the movie. And I think this is a fun time. And I'm like, and then boom, he comes out the fucking window. And I actually missed how she died because I was in the middle of fucking my popcorn. I'm like, ah! And then
she was gutted.
I was so worried because she had the thing in her neck too, like a glass shard.
They
when I
came
looked
at
back.
her and over the bar.
Oh, okay. But yeah, because my popcorn fucking almost hit the people in front of us, and I was worried about that. And then I look.
We both hit each other.
And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look up and I'm like swiping it off my seat. It's in my ass and stuff. Well, not in my ass, but still. And I'm swiping it off. And then I look at the screen and this kid's crawling to the fucking door. Ghostface picks him up, grabs him. It's confirmed this kid's not the killer. Puts his neck on the fucking beer.
Texas Chainsaw massacres his ass.
Just puts his fucking neck on a beer tap. The kid opens his mouth and he's fucking spilling out fucking Jameson out of his
It was
throat.
like colors. It was like Kool-Aid, guys. It was so much fun.
It wasn't Jameson, but it was some beer, some dark beer. And yeah, and that kid was fucked
He got
up.
really mad at me because I started laughing very hysterically.
It was a good scene, and it was the best kill in the movie. And even my buddy's like, dude, I watched it. It's an 8.5, and that kill was fucking crazy when the beer was coming out of his mouth.
But everyone else was like, oh, yeah. And I'm like,
Well, yeah, you're fucked up.
they look so cool.
And McKenna Grace, your girl, she got fucked up.
She
pretty
got
damn
did
good.
dirty. I'm
Yeah.
so sad for you, McKenna. The only reason I'm not that upset is because of the fact that you've literally been in like every horror movie this past year. So I'm not really gonna be that mad about it. Because I heard you're in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 too. So like I just feel like they had to finally make you a victim.
Yeah, it was your turn.
It was your turn. You did a good job. You made a good Ghostface victim. I mean, it was reasonable for them to leave you in the air. I feel like if she would have been let down and fought, then she probably would have made it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But the fact that she was literally suspended in the air is what got her.
Yeah.
And I really believe that that's the only reason she died or even died that quickly.
I think so too.
Because I really think Chloe should have went first.
Yeah. I
But they needed Chloe because they needed the locale of her parents' restaurant.
well, and Chloe had more of a character arc. Chloe was, vibing out with the creepy boy, which I gotta find his name. I can't just call him fucking creepy.
You can't keep calling him creepy boy. I mean,
Yeah,
technically, he was Tatum's neighbor, so you couldn't even do that.
Lucas.
Lucas.
Young Lucas. Which I actually really loved his character. And I thought he was
Because he was
hilarious.
so misunderstood.
Yeah.
He was like a little us, though. He's like, how does it feel to go through all that stuff? Like, we get that.
Yeah, and Gail was like grilling him, and his mom's like, "Wait, I don't like what's happening." And he's like, "Yeah, I've seen all the stab movies. I love them."
And she's like, what are you implying?
Yeah, but so him and her were vibing, and they had a little more of a. Whereas McKenna Grace's character was like, "Are you coming to the party later?" Like she was just kind of a bitchy, but she wasn't like super bitchy. She was one of those bitchy characters that wasn't even that bitchy. She was just like a friend. And she was the star of the show. And for some reason, Tatum was this puppy in this fucking musical, which made no sense.
It made no sense. I mean, you come from your mother that is just an
A Greek
amazing
goddess
Greek goddess, college actress, and your cast is a puppy.
Yeah,
Like,
that was fucking stupid. But
right in the heart, man. I felt for you.
But when they like hoist her up and like because the one tech kid, she is mean to it. She's like, you're fucking mean. And so when she gets
That's
lifted
just
up,
how you are to stagehand. So sorry.
I've been a
I've
stagehand.
been like that though. Well, I've been on the opposite side. You guys suck sometimes.
I've been on both sides, and they're trying their best. And I remember I fucked up really bad when we were doing this one thing, and the director got so pissed because they actually let a student director, and they brought me on.
Is that Kenny?
No, it was a guy named Ken, and he was a cool kid.
Yeah.
No, Ken Down, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry if I shouted your name out. But he was a cool ass dude. Yeah, so he directed it. And he took a check because I auditioned and they didn't like me for any of the acting things. And I was like, damn, and he's like, and he actually thought I was a cool dude. He's like, come on and start.
Well, he knew you.
Yeah. Well, but we didn't really socialize that much through your connection with. I didn't know him like through you like that. Me and him happened.
Well, you guys knew each other anyway from Iraq.
Okay, well, I didn't remember any of that shit.
Okay,
because that's kids when I was younger. Yeah. But in high school, he was like he put me on the show and he's like, hey, you can do some of the tech shit and fucking work the curtains and stuff. And they had a chair at the end of this play, and it was a fun play too. Even though I got dragged for the play, but that's a whole different story. But we'll get into that a different time. But so I did have a thing on stage too. But there was a door, and I'm jerking the curtain, or not a door, a fucking chair, and it's a wooden chair that's sitting right there, and I'm supposed to jerk it right behind it, and of course I get it right in front. It clips the fucking chair out. It falls down. The crowd starts popping, laughing, and then that's how it was supposed to be like a dramatic end.
I would have laughed too.
Yeah. And then I like went to him and he's like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. It was fun. It was funny as fuck. I was like, oh, my bad.
Well, because any other kid would have been like, oh my God, I ruined the play. Oh my God, I ruined it.
No, I didn't get it.
And you're just like, hey, it's funny.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't laughing, but I was like, oh God. It was funny. It was funny. Like, it's not that deep. I know when a situation's serious and they would have been okay. But it was fun. It was hilarious to me. And they were cool about it, which is nice. But
yeah, because theater kids aren't really cool, honestly. Theater kids are very uptight. Like
some of them, yeah.
They're very, very, very uptight.
I slapped the shit out of this kid in theater one time.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
But it was drama club was actually kind of fun in doing that shit and working the stage. So that when they do movies and like in Scream movies, when they try to do stuff like that, and I thought it was cool that all the kids involved were like not tech kids, but drama kids. And even though they didn't really, they did go more archetyped on a lot of them too. But I liked the set of kids this time around. I thought they were even better than the set in 5 with the kid from 13 Reasons and shit like that.
Yeah.
I thought this was a young
and it was kind of funny the way like Mindy and Chad convinced Tatum to fucking sneak behind Sydney's back.
Yeah.
And go out with her friends and stuff. And then they lose her. They're like, wait, where is she?
Yeah.
Oh no, we're gonna get in so much trouble. Let's go. Go. We gotta go find her.
And I like that this was a slasher that actually slashed a little bit, even though they did leave too many people alive at the end. And Chad and Mindy, Chad's the new Dewey, even though he didn't get immensely.
No, Joel McHale played a good Dewey this time.
Yeah,
he played a good Dewey substitute. He even had the whole like thing going on. We're getting some love here. Thank you. I don't know how to say their name in Spanish. But it was definitely like a heavy Dewey vibe. Joe McHale really brought that to the role.
Yeah.
And so I feel like he was kind of the Dewey substitute.
Well, and he got stabbed to death like Dewey, but still made it. And because he was missing his fucking rib cage and he got suffocated. But they're like, we'll see you at the house. It's like, okay. Or see you at the hospital. And so he made it. And Chad didn't get but Chad has been fucked up in every movie thus far. There has not been one movie where, and I get it. They're like, oh, he's jacked. He can take more of it. Like he's kind of a
no. The 5th and the 6th one, he was like a piñata.
Yeah. The first 5, I could give him a bit of a. It's like, all right, someone can make it through that. 6, I was like, that motherfucker's dead. I've been saying he's dead for years now since that movie came out.
Because he had one on each side.
Oh, dude. When you have 2 people on each side of you, just fucking like you're a crab leg and they're trying to get you open, you're dead. There's no reason. And I'm like looking at his face and he's grimacing and he's like, I'm dead. And then you see him on the stretcher after and she's like, oh, and they kiss him and they say this. The core 4 bullshit and all that. And they didn't mention that at all, though, that it's the core 2.
Yeah.
But this movie was fun. A charming cast. Anna Camp. You want to do the reveal?
Anna Camp ended up being her ghost face.
She's the killer because
the girl from Pitch Perfect, guys.
Because her husband beat the shit out of her.
All right, so let me break this down for you, okay? So in the 4th one, we all know Sidney Prescott came out with a self-help book called Out of Darkness. Okay, she was feeling herself on the self-help shit. She thought that she could be a little bit of an Oprah, a little bit of an Ellen DeGeneres.
She's a hero.
Kind of thing. She was feeling herself with the hero-ness kind of thing. And this Anna Camp character, she's going through it. Her husband's beating the shit out of her almost every single night. So she picks up the book and she starts reading it and whatnot. And she decides to take Sydney's advice, but badly and kill her own husband.
Yeah.
Because that's the way you really do it when you want to get out of a marriage, apparently. Don't follow my advice, please don't follow it. But then she's like, I got so angry at you because those things happened in New York and you never showed up to fight for yourself. Bitch, how are you supposed to define whether or not she's supposed to fight? She has 3 kids. Yeah. That's why she didn't fight in the last one. She took them to a safe house. Yeah. Like, that is going to be your motive? That you're angry at her because she didn't fight? Yeah, the whole motive is like Michael Jordan took a game off and they're mad about it. Exactly. Like, Kobe, you missed a shot. What the hell? Yeah. Like, that's kind of how I felt with it. It was very campy. Rosanna campy. It was very campy. Family business, ladies and gentlemen. But it was very campy, and it wasn't campy to the point where it was bad campy, but I do think that there should have been a different killer involved. Well, they had nothing to do with the original Woodsboro. I mean, yeah, she read her book. She was a fan. Yada, 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 fucking yada. She did not have the right to be angry with her. I mean, so what? She wrote a book and you took it the wrong way and you killed your husband. Come on. Well, and then you got angry at her because she didn't go all the way out to New York to help 2 random kids. I mean, last time she helped those 2 random kids, her best friend got filleted. I think it works because her performance is good and because she's a good actress. And this is crazy because I love Kevin Williams and, he started this whole shit. But I thought the script lacked a little bit. It did. You can definitely tell that somebody else helped to make the script. Yeah, I didn't love certain aspects of the script. And this was one of her whole explanation. It was one of those Scream explanations that was like way too long. And it was like, oh, it's because, And she blamed her for everything. It was like Roman Bridger all over again. And if you're going to go that angle, if she was an abusive that took her husband out, you kind of have to give a little more. Yes, we are, Amanda. You kind of got to get a little more sympathy in there than what they did. Mm-hmm. She didn't really feel bad for her, which in domestic abuse, you probably should. Yeah. That's the character that you're like, oh my gosh, she killed her husband, but that's what she had to do. And now she's just this fucked up character. But you're right, they went too campy to be able to tell that story. And instead it's like, oh, she's I just felt like the performance was a little too animated. It was, but I thought it was charming too. And I thought it really was in the coffee shop and the other conversations because she did a good job at avoiding suspicion. She did a very good job. Her son definitely was a lot creepier than she was. But he even said he was too obvious, and I agree with him. But I never thought she was the killer. The bald guy, I thought he probably was going to be involved, and I thought they were going into the cult thing because it seemed like too many people were starting to look. Yeah, we started hitting each other and being like, we're in the cult. But they didn't do it, and thank God. Thank God. But I knew he was going to be involved. I did not call her at all. I thought it would be anybody else but her. I really did not see her doing it. And for a second, even the way they had her son gets stabbed when he's like, I got this. And then he comes out. He's like, I'm like, oh, it could be pig's blood. It could. I still had a little bit of a suspicion that it might be. Yeah, him. Until he got Texas Chainsaw Massacre up against that beer thing. I thought he was cool. But I never suspected her. And it's really hard for these movies to do that with me. I usually kind of know who it could be. She did a really good job. So that it was a good reveal in that aspect. And I like the whole aspect of, we're about to kill Tatum and you have to figure this out. And they have to, and I like Joel McHale and the fact that they had to work as a family, but I still think Joel McHale should have died. But I do like that they all worked as a family to take these 2 idiots out. Do like how she left Gail. She just leaves her. And the bald guy for being the AI mastermind and everything, and for being the guy, he got shot in the head pretty quickly. Yeah. There wasn't much fight to be had with him. And she was way more resilient because fucking, Anna Camp got fucking shot like 1,000 times. Like, it took having to make sure she didn't have a face anymore to actually take her out. Yeah, they didn't shoot her face off. That was an amazing final stand down when her and her mom were both holding the gun and just shooting. And her face is just disappearing and turning into fucking guts. And it was insane. And I loved it.
I thought it was a good ending to this movie. I think there's a lot of good things about this movie. The whole fake out killer, Gail wasn't utilized that great. She wasn't in the action that much at all, actually. She did run over the first killer that was a fake out killer, a guy from the psych ward. The
trio ran them over.
Yeah, with Chad and Mindy in the car. But Gail was at the wheel fucking. And I loved it when Mindy said something and Chad's like, well, I didn't think the fucking vehicular manslaughter was on my bucket list today. That one had me laughing a little bit.
They did bring the comedic.
They were the funny part
to their roles. Yeah. They were the funny relief in it, honestly.
Because everybody tried to be funny, bar Sydney.
But they were Gail, just way too serious.
But it didn't. The jokes didn't land as much as they usually do in Scream movies. But Chad and Mindy's did. They were the comedic.
I'm talking to my brother.
Wow,
read the description. It's fine. I'm getting it.
No, we're not that close. We're not married. I am a fan of Game of Thrones, but not that much.
You're digging yourself in a deep hole.
No, I love this movie. Actually, I don't. I think it's a decent Scream movie.
We don't think that it's the best ending. If it's going to be an ending.
Yeah.
It was a shitty ending if that's what it's going to be. But like I told Daniel.
If it's just another installment, it's pretty good.
I know it's just another installment because Williamson once again fucked up and put in the little Easter egg that he does in every single movie except the third one because he didn't want the third one to have any other predecessors. And that is a little clip of Ghostface real quick. And that did happen. So, will there be a Scream 8? Yes, most likely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And now I'm really upset because I made a promise to myself that I wasn't going to watch it. And I know now I'm going to be forced to watch it. Because I'm going to be like, well, what happened to Sydney?
When you look at everything in the grand scheme of things, you look at the TV show, which I don't think the MTV one should even count because that little motherfucker ain't there. If there's no Ghostface, there's no Scream. Brandon Jacobs can eat my ass. And the VH1 one you can count because there's a Ghostface.
And Roger Jackson was in it too,
so you can count that one.
Yeah, because he had the actual voice.
In the pantheon of Scream, I think this one ranks pretty good. I
put it over the third and the sixth.
I took the night. I put it over 4.
Really?
Over 4. Yeah.
Really? I'm not sure about that.
Sleeping on it, I give it a 4.
We were violated.
What do we do?
We harassed and bullied somebody.
Yeah, quit being a bully, man. But
I don't know, somebody.
I'm sorry if we did. You taking us off the dock?
Yep. Somebody restricted us for 10 minutes.
All right. Well, let's finish up on YouTube here.
Wow.
I thought you were kind. But to finish off here, we're still live. So.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry, guys. I'm fighting TikTok.
She's fighting the top. She's fighting the good fight. No. I think this ranks above 4 because I think the cast is a bit more charming than 4. And Macaulay Culkin's brother's not that good in that one. That is one of Culkin's brothers, isn't it?
In the fourth one?
Yeah.
Yeah. He plays Charlie.
Yeah. I don't love him in that movie. He's one of the worst killers, in my opinion. And Julia Roberts. No, what's it, Julia Roberts?
Niece. Yes, it is. It's Julia Roberts' niece.
I don't
Do not fuck on Emma Roberts.
Huh?
Don't do it. Do not shit on Emma Roberts. I love her.
She sucks. She's all right. But I didn't love her as a killer. I thought Anna Camp maybe was a better killer.
Well, she wasn't supposed to be a real killer, honestly. The way that Scream 4 was supposed to be is that she was supposed to come out of it as being a victim, kind of, and Sydney was going to have retrograde amnesia going into the 5th one. Yeah. So going into the 5th one, it was going to follow Jill to college and make her the new Sydney, and Sydney was going to have retrograde amnesia and forget that she was a ghost face.
Yeah.
Which I think is really stupid, but to each their own.
It's anything's better than 3. We can take a shit and put it on video, and it's better than 3.
Poor Cotton.
I hate 6, so it's better than 6. Maybe not better than 4. To me, it's right up there with 4, and I think 5 was slightly better than the both of them, and then it's 1 and 2. But this is still a damn good Scream movie. I'm giving it a 7. I started at a 6.5 right off viewing, but thinking about it, I think that it did do a lot of things right. If you erased Matthew Lillard from the movie, it'd be a 7.5. But it's a 7. I think it's a solid slasher flick. The movie theater was packed, and the people were pretty happy. It got a standing ovation at the end, even though you hated the crowd, but still.
It was a 7.
I thought that it was actually pretty solid. It wasn't great, but it was good. It wasn't shitty. I thought it was a decent enough movie that I could revisit when we do our Scream-a-ween. What Scream-a-ween is going to have to be a fucking 3-year event from now on. It's because they're making so many of these fucking things.
It's going to be like a month long.
But yeah, I think that this actually stacks up pretty good and has really decent kills. Great kills. All right story, but pretty charming performances that kind of gets it through. Joel McHale's great in this. Sydney, of course, is amazing. And her daughter, even with this stupid plot line, her daughter doesn't come across annoying. And I think they have really good scenes together. Like when they're trying to get out of that escape room and he's stabbing through the door. I always love a horror movie when you're stabbing through the wall.
Escape room. That's her house.
Yeah, but it's the escape room in the fucking house that they have to get away from.
Yeah, that's the safe room.
Yeah. It's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's a safe house room. Okay? It's a safety safe. And they were hidden in there, and then they went into the wall, and then he fucks with the wall, which I love it when that happens in movies. And I feel like this borrowed. Like, in Scream usually doesn't do other tropes.
No.
But it kind of took, like, this was in The Quarry that they did something like that. So the fact that they did that I thought was cool. And, yeah, it's a 7.
Yeah, I would give it a 7.
I thought it was a good movie, charming cast. Chad should have died. Joel McHale should have died.
Stop being mean. This is why we just got blocked on TikTok.
I'm bullying Mason Gooding. Listen, a guy like me can never bully a guy like Mason Gooding. He could stuff me in a locker. That dude is fucking supreme. He's captain of the football team.
You would have played football with him.
Yeah, but I would have been the center. He would have saw my butt crack as I was snapping the ball to him, and he was throwing touchdowns and getting all the ass. And I'm trying to hit on the... And I'm hitting on the fat chick at the reunion, trying to get her to go back.
There goes me sending this to our family members.
Trying to go back to the Motel 6. But yeah, Mason Gooding's, that's a handsome bag of cabbage right there. Pretty good movie. I think for the StabCast.
I just want to go back on record and say we do not rehearse this.
No.
We don't rehearse this shit. Stuff just come out of his mouth.
I think they know. I think they can tell. We don't need a disclaimer for that. But I had a good time. It was a blast of a movie. I enjoyed seeing it with you this weekend, Mindy. I enjoyed getting the collectibles. I enjoyed the experience. And we'll see you at Scream 32.
I'll kill myself.
Next week, we're finally going to do our double header of him and the other movie that I forgot.
The Black Phone 2.
The Black Phone 2. So we'll see both of those movies, and we're going to review them next week. We'll see everybody next time. Hootie hoo.